What's up guys, welcome back to the other side with Ian and Anna, and in this video we are going to be hitting off another thing from our woot woot list called Corcovado National Park. National Geographic called it the most biologically intense place in the world, so of course we had to come down here and do it. Over the next 3 days we are going to be living in the jungle and hopefully we survive.
Hey! Hi!
Now getting down to Corcovado is tough. We had to travel down to the Osa Peninsula, which is the most remote region in Costa Rica. We started in Liberia and drove 6 hours down the Pacific coast to a place called Sierpe, which is home to the largest mangrove forest in Latin America. Here, we parked our car for 3 days and went on a wild 1-hour boat ride through the mangroves until we reached Drake Bay. Drake Bay is home to the second best dive site in Costa Rica and is also the gateway to Corcovado. We ended up staying one night here and then got up at 5 a.m. the next day to take yet another boat ride.
To be completely honest with you, these are the kinds of things I would never find myself, but Ian finds, and then I'm like, okay, let's do it. But it sounds like I'll be roughing it for a few days, which I just need to mentally prepare myself. I always end up loving these things. Ian says we might be sleeping in a corridor with 18 bunk beds. So those are the types of things I worry about.
On this 1-hour boat ride to Corcovado, we were lucky enough to see spinner dolphins and humpback whales, which was just amazing. Then we finally arrived at Serena Ranger Station, which would be our home in the jungle for the next 3 days. With Donny here, he's our private guide taking us around this entire area. We're about to head on our first tour, but I'm gonna let Donny talk real quick.
We have a good concentration of animals living here, especially nearby Sirena Station, which is located right in the heart, in the middle of Corcovado National Park.
And this is where we begin the adventure of a lifetime here in the jungles. It's about to be crazy. Right here is the tapir footprint, and as you can see, the size of my hand, Donny just showed us this.
Tapirs has 3 hoofs in the front feet and 4 hoofs in the back feet. Tapirs are related to horses and rhinos.
The trees in here are wild. The roots going throughout, and it's just absolutely massive. Right here is one of my favorite parts of the jungle, seeing these leafcutter ants. They're one of the most organized species in the entire animal kingdom. And the ones bringing the leaves back to the colony, these are the worker ants. And back in the colony, there are farmer ants, which take these leaves, use their fangs to chop them up even smaller, and mix their saliva with them to create food for themselves. So the leaves are not necessarily the food, but a part of the process to get that food.
Leafcutter ants can carry 20 times their weight.
Every time I see those leafcutter ants, it reminds me of the movie Bug's Life. I also enjoyed the movie Ants, but Anna said she didn't like that one as much. And we're right back on the beach. We're going to the river section near Serena, and then look how wild. You get so close to these birds. That's a caracara, and it's a raptor species.
So I packed a few snacks, got some mixed nuts and quinoa chips.
I always say she's our mom on the trip. She's gonna be the best snack mom.
I'm getting more mom-like as the years go on. I'm always prepared. I brought my first aid kit.
Donny found a crocodile right here at the river mouth, and then we use this scope. How far does this scope reach? 700 meters away with this scope, and you look through it, you can connect your phone.
In Costa Rica, there are 4 species of monkeys. You have the squirrel monkey, the spider monkey, the howler monkey, and the capuchin monkey. 3 of them are herbivores, so you have the squirrel monkey that does eat insects, however. The spider monkey is really interesting because it has a very long tail, and they use this kind of as a 5th arm. They'll just hang on their tail all day. It's got a special grip on it. And the howler monkey is pretty interesting because, one, you'll hear them all over Costa Rica. They will wake you up. They do not hold back. They're the slowest monkey because they feed mainly off of leaves, so they have low energy and they have to preserve their energy. Not only that, but it takes a long time to digest. Afterwards, we have the capuchin monkey. They're the only meat eaters, and they're just crazy. They eat meat, they eat everything.
Right now it's about 12, so we're heading to lunch. It's buffet style for us, and then the day hikers get like a packaged lunch to go. Day hikers come here from 6 a.m. to 12 in the afternoon, and then they get out of here, and then the rest of us stay here at Serena.
For lunch, we have grilled vegetables, black beans, and rice. And then we also have green plantain ceviche, which if you saw our surfing video, we cooked ceviche with Pablo, and then he told me since we don't eat fish, that you can make it with green plantains. It's actually really good, and I'm so happy I got to try it. This is where we're sleeping tonight. Big room of bunk beds. I have the top and Ian has the bottom.
I'm gonna be honest, it is a hefty price to do this 3-day, 2-night tour through any tour company. It was about $1,200 total for Anna and I, about $600 per person. That includes the food, the boat ride from Drake Bay, and then your private tour guide. We're gonna see over the next couple days if it's worth that price. Other people do half-day tours that end at 12, and that's only $100 per person. So maybe if you don't have enough time down here, you could check out that. We're starting our mid-afternoon hike right now, and right behind me is the Serena Station. Right over here is the primary forest, and over here is secondary forest. For those of you that don't know, primary rainforest is the untouched forest, and then over here used to be a cattle farm. It used to be all knocked down, and over time, it started in 1975, but it all came back, and it's a lush rainforest now. We just took our shoes off, and now we are crossing a river because there's some tapir sightings on the other side. In this river, at high tide, you could usually find crocs and even bull sharks coming from the ocean right here. So be careful. We're about to go knee deep. I'm a little scared because I asked Donny, do snakes swim in this river? He said all sorts of snakes, and even boa constrictors. So.
There is the largest land mammal of Costa Rica and the largest land mammal in Central America too.
I think it might be resting right near the ocean right here. It's such a cool setting, and it is the size of a cow or like a baby calf. If I'm gonna be honest, before searching throughout Costa Rica for places to go and things to do, I didn't even know a tapir existed. I know that sounds kind of funny, but I didn't even know that was a real animal. Until coming here, learning about it, it really makes you appreciate what's in these jungles and what we need to protect.
All over the world, tapirs are endangered because they are losing the habit by deforestation plus the poaching or hunting activity. In Costa Rica, we are trying to keep those numbers rising up or increase with conservation programs, environmental education.
I was just curious on why humans were killing tapirs, and it's mostly for the meat, so they just eat these animals. That's why there are 6 ranger stations in this national park. They're trying really hard to stop the hunters. Why would you kill something so cute? Just go to the market, get some chicken, call it a day, or just don't eat meat. Ending the night with an epic sunset at the beach. Tomorrow we're waking up at 6 a.m. for a sunrise hike.
The next morning we were surprised by a helicopter that was carrying Costa Rica's National Police Force. It really felt like a scene out of a movie. We didn't find out why they were there, but we guessed that it was just a training session. Today we're walking through primary rainforest, and of course last night it got this whole place soaked. There's something really special about walking through the rainforest after it rains. Everything's glistening, you're walking through mud, it really feels like you're on an adventure. If you're coming to Costa Rica, there is a dry season and a wet season. Dry season is December through May, and then wet season is June through the end of November.
One of the 3 species of ant eaters that we have in Costa Rica, this one is the collard ant eater or northern tamandua, and it's an animal specialized to eat ants and termites.
Check out these vines, these massive vines coming down. It looks like real life Avatar, as Donny calls it. He says that it's about 200 years old, and look at him crawl in there.
Oh my god.
That's what we're gonna go do.
I'm going in. It's already kind of weird, but I'm excited. There's Ian.
Okay, keep going.
Spider monkey. Oh my gosh.
Keep working, keep going.
There are bats everywhere. We're freaking out.
Here,
Donny thinks we're not cool for this. No.
Oh no.
Guys, come on. Bats has something that is called echolocation. Bats knows that we are here. They crush you by mistake.
I did not expect that. Oh my gosh.
I don't feel good. I like worked myself up. Like I upset myself. I didn't realize how scared I was of bats.
We have here one of the cutest things that we are going to see today. A hummingbird nest with a chick on it. But here we can see how smart is the mother. They build the nest under an umbrella, a roof.
That is amazing. You can see the chick breathing right now. These are Palma suita, and these are a good indicator of primary forest because they grow very well in the shade. And some Costa Ricans use this as their roof. They last 8 to 10 years and they're waterproof. As you can see, they're very strong and sturdy.
In the primary forest, the vegetation is much more dense. You have different levels. There's herbs, bushes, trees, and canopies, and you can just see the difference between yesterday's trails and today's. So this makes it a little bit more difficult to spot animals.
Just so you guys know how we're getting these shots of the animals, Anna's carrying the 100 to 400 millimeter lens for me, and then I put on the vlogging lens. So we have to switch it on and off.
We have a Sony a7 III, but since we don't really do wildlife photography or anything, we don't have this lens. We rented it for this trip.
For some reason, Donnie didn't want to show me his tattoos, and then I noticed them one day. They're really, really cool. Let me show you. What do we got here, Donnie?
Spider monkey.
All right.
Boruca mask. The tapir. The green and black poison dart frog. And the fur-bill aracari, one of the 6 toucans in Costa Rica.
As we're heading on another mid-afternoon hike, I want to give you a really cool fact about Costa Rica. In the 1950s, the government decided to abolish the army, and instead of having an army, they put all the money towards education, infrastructure, and healthcare in this country. That's just a really cool thing that this is one of the countries I've been to without an army. It's probably the only one so far. Right now we're at a watering hole on this river. Right above us are some toucans we just saw. I haven't worn mosquito repellent this entire time, but I never get bit by mosquitoes anyways. Anna, on the other hand,
Every bug possible. No-see-ums, mosquitoes, flies, anything. They love my blood.
Serbian
So,
blood.
Yeah.
Serbian blood they love.
it. Or I'm smelly, we can't decide. But yesterday we learned that tapirs sometimes poop in the water so that predators don't smell their poop and know where they are. So I'm like keeping an eye out, see if we can see any pooping.
Floating down the river. Donnie chilling and Anna being a little kid. This is a perfect way to end tonight, and then we're gonna head back for sunset. Our last sunset here on Serena Beach before we go have some dinner. I love dinner because it's buffet and it's a ton of food. I'm getting sick of rice and beans though. You have that a lot here in Costa Rica. Get ready for it.
Overall, this was a great experience, but I do have a problem with the sleeping situation because there are 12 bunk beds in one room. That's 24 adults in one area. People are very loud at night. They flash their light at you. Last night wasn't bad. I actually fell asleep really well. Until about 11 o'clock, someone started having a night terror, screaming in their sleep about a puma. But Ian was like freaking out, thought there was a puma around. I was telling Donny, you don't even have to go to the jungle. You can just stay right here. You'll see some crazy shit.
Wow, wow, wow. What a lucky end to this whole entire trip. We finally saw a sloth here in Corcovado. This one was very tired because it is extremely humid and hot today.
So a little bit about a sloth's diet. They are also herbivores and they spend 75% of their day resting, sleeping, and rejuvenating, and the other 25% they spend eating. That is what we call the Pura Vida lifestyle.
This great journey.
It was amazing, my man.
Safe travels.
Safe travels.
Ian, do you want to tell him what happened last night?
What happened?
You forgot already? Ian found a tick on his butt.
Oh. It was like hurting really bad. I thought it was like a scab, so I pulled at it and then I pulled it off and it was a massive tick. Started tweaking out. Anna's talking about Lyme disease. Justin Bieber, I don't know, starts looking stuff up online. It's tweaking me out. But yes, I think I've had it on me for the past 4 to 5 days. The end of this 3-day tour is phenomenal. We saw a sloth and then we finished it off with a baby humpback whale breaching the water. That was one of the coolest things I've seen in my entire life. If you want to head on this tour with Donnie, I will put his WhatsApp number down in the description below. I can't believe all we got to see, And it's just the tip of the iceberg because that was only 0.1% of the entire national park. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, comment down below what you thought, and we will see you in the next one. Woot woot, yip yip, riba, riba.